Picture this: a remote farmstead in the German countryside, miles from the nearest village, surrounded by a dense, dark forest. This was Hinterkaifeck. In the cold winter of 1922, the patriarch Andreas Gruber started telling his neighbors that something was wrong. He felt he was being watched. One morning, he found a single set of footprints in the fresh snow, leading from the edge of the forest directly to his back door. But there were no footprints leading away. He scoured the entire property, the barn, the sheds, the cellar, but found nothing. No one. The feeling of being watched intensified. That night, the family heard heavy, deliberate footsteps coming from the attic directly above their heads. Andreas, armed with a lantern, cautiously climbed the ladder, but when he peered into the dusty space, it was empty. The strangest part, a set of house keys had vanished a few days prior, and the lock on the tool shed had been tamed, picked clean. The family didn't know it, but the predator wasn't just watching from the outside. He was already inside the perimeter. Then came the night of March 31st, a night that would forever stain the snow red. Under the cloak of darkness, the killer began his gruesome work. He didn't storm the house. Instead, he used a chillingly methodical approach, luring the family members out to the barn one by one. It started with Andreas, the grandfather, then his wife Cecilia, then their daughter Victoria, and her young daughter, also named Cecilia. Each one was met with the same fate, struck down with a mattock, a heavy pickaxe-like farm tool. After dispatching for people in the barn, the killer silently walked back to the main house. Inside, he found the new maid, Maria, who had tragically arrived for her first day of work only a few hours earlier. He killed her in her bedchamber. Finally, he went to the nursery and killed the youngest member of the family, 2-year-old Joseph, as he slept in his crib. Now this is where the story shifts from a simple, brutal crime to something that feels like a glitch in reality. The bodies of the 6 family members lay undiscovered for 4 long days. But the farm wasn't silent, it wasn't abandoned. Neighbors noticed smoke curling from the chimney every single day. Someone was inside, lighting the stove, cooking full meals, using the family's own food supplies. Even more bizarrely, someone was tending to the farm animals. The 50 head of cattle were fed each day. The cows were milked, preventing them from crying out in pain. The dog was fed. The killer didn't flee after the massacre. He didn't just stay for a night, he moved in. For 4 days, he lived in the house, sleeping in the family's beds, eating at their table, all while their bodies lay frozen just yards away in the barn. He became a ghost, inhabiting a life that was no longer theirs. Over 100 years have passed since that terrifying night, and the case officially remains unsolved. But modern criminal profilers have re-examined the evidence, looking at it with fresh eyes. In the 1920s, police focused on local suspects, a jealous neighbor, a secret lover. But today's analysis points to a far more chilling possibility: a phantom soldier. After World War I, thousands of deeply traumatized soldiers skilled in killing wandered the German countryside, displaced and forgotten. The sheer precision of the murders, a single, fatal blow to the head for most victims, screams of military training, not a crime of passion. The leading theory now is that a deranged soldier, or perhaps an escaped convict, had been secretly living in the family's attic for weeks, even months, before the attack. He watched them through the cracks in the floorboards, learning their every move, their daily routines. He wasn't there to rob them. Their money was found untouched in the house. He was there to steal their lives, to replace them. The farmstead of Hinterkaifeck was demolished a year after the murders, as locals believed the very ground it stood on was cursed. To this day, the identity of the phantom who lived among the dead remains one of Germany's darkest mysteries. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as haunting as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most shocking, unsolved cases. See you next time.